What is going on with Liverpool Football Club? Look, some of you guys might say overreaction. It's been 2 games. We're top of the league. But it's not about that. I personally have been questioning Liverpool since the beginning. I remember making a video and saying they'll get the hang of it. Like it's early in the season. They'll get the hang of their playing style. They'll get used to it. But we're 9 games in, and they are playing the same game. After the Everton game, I thought maybe this is the game where they start controlling a little bit more, having the ball, not having to rely on last minute winners. But it seems like it's not happening right now. They just lost to Galatasaray yesterday, and it got me thinking of like what's really going on with Liverpool. And I want to talk about multiple points, but I want to bring this back to a video I did of when Liverpool were going to sign Isak. My idea back then when Liverpool were going to sign Isak was start the season with the same players you did, the same midfield like McAllister, the Soboslai, the Gravenberch, even Curtis Jones, like because I know McAllister came in a little bit injured. So those three, and then I was thinking you start the season with Van Dijk, with Konate, with Robertson, and with Connor Bradley, because this is pretty much the base of the team that you played with last season. But I think Arne Slot got it pretty wrong because he started the season putting everyone in. He put in Kirkis in. He put Frimpong in. He put in Florian Wirtz. He put in Isak. I mean Isak or Ekitike. And then I think that kind of messed up the balance of the team. Do you see there's plays where Salah, this is usual, gets the ball, passes it to the striker, makes the run, but they don't find him. He makes the run inside, he makes the run outside the fullback, and they just go and give him the ball. And to me, Salah is fundamental to this Liverpool side. I saw him play against Galatasaray yesterday, but they didn't. They benched Salah, and I tweeted out, I'm like, I do not. It feels weird watching this Liverpool team without Salah because they didn't look dangerous at all. There wasn't a moment where I'm like, oh, Liverpool are close to scoring because they weren't. They really weren't. In the second half, the only chance I remember is the Florian Wirtz pass to Isak, and Isak gets it across. Terrible shot, but that was about it. There wasn't really moments where I'm like, oh, Liverpool is very close to scoring. Of course, there's going to be a couple occasions where there's through a free kick or a shot or something, rebound, but there was never a thought in my mind that where I thought Liverpool are going to make a play or they're close to creating a play or they're close to doing this or that. There wasn't really a moment like that, and I think look, I didn't watch the Liverpool versus Crystal Palace game, but I watched the highlights, and I can say that Crystal Palace could have been 3-4-0 up by the first half, and it would have been devastating for Liverpool. But I think it's that. I think it's Arne Slot wants to fit everyone in, and he forgot about the base of his team. The base of his team, I think, is the spine of course, Alisson, Van Dijk, Gravenberch, and then I know he doesn't play centrally, but Mo Salah, and he I think he should have started the season with the base of his team with the McAllister, the Soboslai in midfield, Connor Bradley. I think he was injured, but him or Frimpong, Konate, of course, and Van Dijk. Konate has been very bad. Also, that's part of it. And I think you should start Robertson. I'm not the biggest Kirkus fan. I'm not the biggest Frimpong fan because when Frimpong came in, I couldn't believe what Liverpool fans were saying. Oh, we're getting a better version of Trent. We're getting a fast version of Trent. And I just couldn't believe what Liverpool fans' delusion was telling him that Frimpong was going to be at the levels of Trent Alexander-Arnold because he came to our team since, we're Liverpool's dad nowadays and we've always have. But let's be honest this Liverpool side isn't. I think what Jeremy Carragher said it not to, like yesterday too. Like it doesn't feel like a big team. I'm watching them. I've watched them through the season, and it doesn't feel like a big, like a ready team. And look, the first couple of games, I said Liverpool. I would say it's fine. It's calm. It's early in the season, but you're 10 games in. And has played what 6, 7 of those games. Florian Wirtz has played almost all of them, if not all of them. You've had these are two amazing players, and I like Ekitika. I like the way he started, but when it comes to Isak, he's played what now 3 4 games, and he's physically still not ready. He doesn't look fast. He doesn't look strong. He doesn't look intimidating. Like at least when Ekitika is playing, he looks dangerous. Like he is on the ball, and you know he's gonna do something. You know he's gonna find something. You know who he's gonna. He's fast. He looks dangerous. When Isak comes in, he just got locked up by Davison Sanchez in 2025. Ekitike played it. I think he had a very good game. I think he was having a very good game. He looked very dangerous. Yes, he missed that one chance before the Galatasaray penalty, but Ekitike was looking strong. He was looking electric. He was looking dangerous. And he got injured, sadly, when he got moved to the left. When Isak came in, I'm not even sure he touched the ball more than 5 times. I'm not even sure he wasn't even close to the ball. Like I just couldn't believe it. I wasn't watching Newcastle week in week out last season when people were saying that he was the best striker in the world, and I did watch the Carabao Cup final. I mean the Carabao Cup final, and he looked good. But look, so far I'm not sold on Isak. 100 and what was it, like 130 million, 140 or something like that. I did like 125 or thing. And then Florian Wirtz. I want to talk about Florian Wirtz, who look, I love Florian Wirtz. I would watch him in the from Bundesliga when they went undefeated. There's always been rumors that Xabi Alonso wanted to join Madrid, so I would watch Alonso's Leverkusen when they went undefeated. But I don't know what's wrong with him. I've seen people making excuses for him. Saying, "Oh, it's because you need McAllister to play with him because he breaks the lines and he's the one that gives Florian the ball." And in my head, I'm like, "Yes, Florian's 22, but he's been playing for a while. He's internationally one of Germany's best players alongside Musiala. You can't be 120 million and be considered one of the best players in the world and rely on someone else to play for you to do well. Like, do I explain myself? Like, you can't be one of the top players in the world, 120 million, and then rely on another player for you to play well, not even to play amazing, to play decent, because he hasn't played decent. I'm seeing all these Liverpool fans do Florian Wirtz comps where he does cute touches and a through pass which went that's 10 yards away from the striker and pass and move, and in my head I'm like, this isn't Florian Wirtz. The Florian Wirtz I know, he goes, gets the ball, makes something happen, does good passes, passing moves. His crosses, he has very underrated crosses. I barely even see him shoot on goal. Like I remember seeing Florian Wirtz shoot like from inside the box, like, when he got a chance, because he felt that confidence. I don't know if under Arne Slot is misusing him, because I think he's like a proper 10. I don't think he's like left winger. No, I think give him the freedom to pick up the ball wherever he wants, and I think he will succeed. I think he will look way better. But I'm not sure what's wrong with him. I don't know if he's Arne Slot is like forcing him to play a certain way, or if he's telling him that not to do certain things. But Florian Wirtz has been, look. I was bagging him early in the season, or even when they're like, "Oh, 150 million or 120 million for Florian Wirtz." In my head, I backed him. I said, I think it's worth it, because I rate him highly. But the way he started the season had just been sad. I have not enjoyed watching Florian Wirtz. And I am one of those guys that enjoys watching the pass and move, the pick up the ball and create something. But Florian Wirtz looks uncomfortable. He looks physically not ready for the Prem. But here's the other thing. We talk, oh, he's not ready for the Prem, physicality, this and that. But even in the Champions League games, I don't think he's looked very good as well. I think it was like the Arsenal game he played pretty well, but other than that, he played all right for Galatasaray. But at the same time, it's like I rate him like you guys know me. I'm very critical of the players I like. I'm very critical of the players I think are top level, and I think that he's one of those. So I'm very critical of him. I expect a lot more from Florian Wirtz, and not even just the price tag, just for about the player I think he is and the player I think he could be and will be. But it's taking him what 10th game against Chelsea. I mean, Chelsea had been pretty bad, so Liverpool. I expect Liverpool to win that game, but am I surprised if Liverpool dropped points against Chelsea? I'm not, because the way they've been playing, they don't look good. They don't look well. They don't look defensively sound. They don't look physically. Just, they don't look like one of the best teams in the world. They don't play like one of the best teams in the world, even though they probably have the best starting 11 up there with the best starting 11s in the world. So, hey man, people don't want to question Arne Slot, but this is the time where you have to question him because he has the players he asked for, which are top level players. He has pretty much the same spine that he had, and I personally think Luis Diaz was a big miss because I think he did underrated work that no one else did. I don't think I'm gonna see Gakpo drop down and defend that much as Luis Diaz did. I don't think I'm gonna see Gakpo be an outlet like when Liverpool are sat back and the other team's pressing them and has them. Luis Diaz was your outlet. Luis Diaz makes a run, and he'll fight the ball till the ball goes out. Luis Diaz gets the ball and he'll try to juke as many people as he can and get the ball out of there. He would fight every ball. He would go for every ball. And I don't think Gakpo or Ekitike or well probably Ekitike. I like Ekitike. I don't think Gakpo or Isak are gonna do that type of work that Luis Diaz did of running towards till the ball leaves the field. He's gonna fight for every ball. He's gonna come back and defend. He's gonna juke a player and there was moments when I would watch Liverpool where they would be in their half, and Luis Diaz would you would get the ball to Luis Diaz, and he might not get the best touch on it. The defender would get to it, but Luis Diaz would fight the ball and try and get the ball as much as he can. He had that dog in him. He did underrated work. His goals and assists were underrated. Him going straight at the defender was underrated, and I think he's a pretty big miss. People were happy that he left, and maybe it was a very good price that they got Luis Diaz for. But I think he did underrated work, both when he was playing in the striker role or playing on the left wing. I think he did underrated work everywhere. But Arne Slot, we need to question Arne Slot because this is 9 games in now. Like I believe that around the 12th to 15th game is where the Premier League starts picking up the pace, picking up the systems, picking up the physicalities. I think everyone's like prime physical level starts increasing around those times, and that's where the Premier League gets good, and that's where the teams that's where you expect the teams to take control. The big teams, the Arsenals, the Liverpools, the Cities. This is where you expect those teams to now be like, okay, we're ready. We're gonna do this. We're gonna get the ball and we're gonna control most of these games. I don't know if Liverpool's gonna do that. Do I expect them to still win the league? Are they my favorites? I think they are because I trust Arne Slot. I've said it since the beginning of the season. I think Arne Slot is a very good coach. I think he's very adaptable, and I think he will get the best out of the players. But at this rate, it's dangerous to be keep playing like this. I think it's dangerous to keep to not change anything because let's be honest, he hasn't really changed much. He changes a player or two, or but the style doesn't change. The players are keeps playing the same players. Isak is still not at physical level, so I think he will make the tweaks. I think Arne Slot, we've known him for the making the tweaks, but they need to make the tweaks now, not later, because they need. I feel like he should have learned from the first couple of games. Yeah, maybe the last minute goals clouded his judgment on the team performance, but look, are they still my favorites? Yes. Am I leaning? Look, at first it was Liverpool, Arsenal, like this, right? Liverpool, Arsenal, like as my favorites. But now it's a little bit like this. The way Liverpool has started, it's a little bit more like this. Because at the beginning of the season, it was genuinely this. Because I was shocked by the Liverpool's transfers and the people they had. So at first, beginning of the season, it was like this. Favorite, Liverpool, Arsenal, second favorite. But now, I'd say it's around this. And Look, Liverpool got Chelsea on the weekend. Chelsea's bad right now, but if they drop a point or two, I don't know, man. It could be long days, but I trust Arne Slot to make tweaks. I think he will. I think Salah is destined to pick up his pace, and bro, I'm excited for this Premier League because I said it. I want to get a Premier League title race. I don't care if there's 6 teams battling for top five. I don't care if there is a like that like middle section is battling out for Conference League or Europa. I want a good Premier League race and I want a good relegation battle. That's what I want. And I think we might get it this season. Relegation battle looks good, but Liverpool, this Champions League and this Premier League week, they played pretty bad. So I'm excited. I think they'll make their tweaks. But like I always said, I guess we'll have to wait and see.